Hello, 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 everyone. I think we are live. It is 2022, and it's your girl, Montique, Callie, and Joy. We are here to talk about The Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 12 premiere episode. I'm going to play our intro, and then we're going to get into it.
Now that's a picture.
Ain't that pretty?
Who is that one in the middle?
Girl, she fine, honey.
Stop. Okay. Oh, I think Joy went away. Hold on. Hopefully, she'll be back. Let me get my notes real quick. Callie, are you still here? Okay, good. Let me get my notes. How was your day, Callie?
It was okay. It was uneventful. Jordan's here. She had homework. I mean, since they're doing virtual today.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's about the excitement of it all. Is no school.
No school. My day
Excitement
was
for her,
great.
not me.
I did a cleaning day in my office where I organized everything for 2022. So I'm starting this year off on a good foot. Even though I only go in certain days, I still want my office to be, pretty good. But anyway, I'm gonna try to wait for Joy for like 1 minute or two, and if she's not back, we just gonna get in. Can we message her real quick? Let me message her.
Yeah.
So anyway, how would you rate? Did you like the episode?
You know what? I only got through the first 45 minutes.
Okay.
I kept trying to watch it from the Xfinity app, and every time it would get to the commercial, it would stay on that commercial screen and only give me the show's voice, but stay on the. It didn't work.
Wow.
I tried
Okay.
it 3 times, but yeah. So I watched the first 45 minutes. It is Tiki and that girl going to be a fixture?
Did they do intros?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not to everybody. They were just with Joe and Melissa.
No, I'm saying like in the beginning, you know how they say in New Jersey, I'm the housewife of the
Yeah,
century.
no, I don't.
Okay,
think
because I didn't see that either. So I guess I don't know. I'll show a picture of them since we're talking about them. I don't know if Joy's on her way back for everyone who's watching. She had to reboot. But is that his wife? Did they even say her name?
I don't remember it. Yeah, they did say it. That's the 23-year-old wife that he left his wife for to go and be with.
No.
So it was a big deal on the news. It's been a few years back though. And then on the show this week, she said she brought that up and said that, well, no one really knew that he was separated from his other wife, and it turned into this big deal. And so it went back to that whole "we're separated, so stop being mean to me" conversation.
Like she was pregnant, the other wife, right?
Yes, that's right. I forgot that. Yeah. She sure was.
Like, this is scandalous, honey.
She sure was. It
Scandalous.
just made me want to ask. I mean, is it really that hard to wait until things are official before you go and? But okay.
I guess not, honey. Everybody's doing it. Portia did it. Fallon did it. They did it. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I think Joy is rebooting her laptop. We're gonna try to run through this really quickly. So let me see what I have. Was there anything that stood out to you at all? Oh, let me put our stuff up.
Well, what did stick out to me, now I didn't watch all of it the past few years. I haven't stayed 100% on top of everything. But why is Margaret so after Teresa? What's going on with that?
I was wondering. I feel like, oh, sorry. Not
I mean,
Siri. She was after her.
Yeah, she's a bit of a bulldog.
Her and Jennifer. It seems like Margaret was after both of them, which I can understand why she was after Jennifer, and we'll get into that next. But what did Teresa do to Margaret? Do we know? Joy
Well, the only
probably
thing I
knows.
can remember is that Teresa was supportive of Danielle Staub. And then I
Oh,
think there were
Joy's back.
rumors
So Joy can
that
probably
good,
answer the
good.
question.
I think there were rumors that Teresa told Danielle to pull Margaret's hair or ponytail
She
off.
did. That's not a rumor. It was on camera.
So
Okay.
is that okay? So is that why Margaret's after Teresa, or
No.
What is up
But
with that?
so the year that Danielle was on there, Margaret was pretty mean to Danielle. Let's be clear, Margaret threw water on her first.
oh,
So that's when, and she was just shocked. And Teresa said, pull her hair. They actually didn't show it in real time. But because it became an issue later, because nobody wanted to film with Danielle, and Melissa went to basically, which was stupid, basically to tell her, we don't want to talk to you no more. That's when Danielle told that, well, Teresa's the one that told me to pull her hair.
oh,
And then Bravo showed it.
So this when Bravo showed it. So they
Bravo is so
they shaded her.
they shady.
I love it though. I love it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and put up our fair use thing. We're gonna get into some stuff. We really didn't talk about anything. I just asked Callie what moment stood out to her, and she was saying Margaret seemed like she was kind of going after Teresa. So was there anything that came out to you that stuck out?
I can't stand Margaret.
Really?
I cannot stand Margaret. This is the issue that I have with Margaret. First of all, I really, really, really like Jennifer for some reason.
Okay.
And Jennifer is right that those girls don't have her back the way that they should. I wish I was her friend because I would so have her back.
Oh.
Because one of the issues that I have with Margaret is she tells us these tales. She tells, them and us as audience these tales, and then expect her not to judge, have any kind of, not to say that it should be judged, you should judge her, but for example, she talks frankly and kind of blasé about the fact that when she was married, she had an affair with her current husband.
Right.
And she tells these sex stories and then gets mad when she gets slut shamed. Like, there are certain things, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I can remember in the season when they were arguing about she's slut shaming you. I was like, but you talk like a slut. Like, when you talk like a slut, people will slut shame you. It's kind of like
I'm going for you, right? If you're in an
argument, it's kind of like with Brandy. I like Brandy on Beverly Hills. But Brandy used to say, well, I'm just a slut. Well, when people call you that, then you get mad. I mean, don't put yourself out like that and then get mad when people treat you like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. They did show a montage of Jennifer kind of going at Margaret. Like, she talked about her mom being
Again, her mother, let's be honest, she told the audience and the world that her mother had an affair for 15 years. Why would you do that?
Oh.
There's no way. Again, so yes, she threw it back in her face. Like, don't. And she said, and it came on a cusp of her saying, well, your husband sleeps in the guest room. He don't even sleep with you.
Who said that to who?
That's what Margaret said to Jennifer.
Oh, see, I didn't watch that. I watched the reunion.
So, I'm telling y'all, if you ever want to straight binge watch a show, I don't care what nobody say. Jersey has had the most consistent action since season 1. There was like 1 or 2 seasons, like with those twins, after Jennifer left.
Yeah,
where it was kind of weird, but most of the seasons with Jersey are I mean, they are really good. You're talking about some drama. I'm talking about fights.
Yeah,
I'm
fights.
I'm talking throw down fights between the 2 Joes and the cousins. And the sister-in-law, like, y'all want some action? That is
Jersey.
I still believe Par to Par, that is the best, because I just binge watched seasons 1 through 8 on Beverly Hills, it has nothing on Jersey.
No, it has nothing on Jersey.
I was watching it this morning. They had season 1, I believe it was season 1, when Teresa chased Danielle Staub out of the
girl.
That wasn't season 1. That was season 2 or 3.
That was 2 or 3. And then the other girl's daughter comes and pulls Danielle's hair out. Excuse me. You remember that?
Oh, pull her hair when Jacqueline's daughter pulled her hair.
Yeah.
You know, she
talk to my dog.
Crazy. They were fighting and yelling and screaming back then, and I thought this is some old but good stuff.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's
I think that was season 2 or 3.
But that's before they really
it was
did.
Definitely early.
They did used to kind of throw water and liquor and kind of push and shove. But now I guess with Monique is because she actually threw blows. Why was people so mad at her then if Jersey's been fighting?
Well,
that's a good question.
I don't know.
Jersey, the men on, but I think usually because the pulling of the hair, it wasn't a cast member. It was Jacqueline's daughter. And the biggest physical fight, have been between the two Joes. Again, not a cast member. The only time that there was the same year that Portia pulled Danielle Kenya's hair, the Jersey came on right after it. And that year, the twin got into it with, I cannot remember that girl's name. Neither one of them came back the next year, but it was one of the twins. And I want to say her name was Teresa. It was the year before.
And somebody.
Yeah.
It
was the year before Teresa went to prison.
Okay.
And it was the season before that.
They were gutter. I mean, they were gutter-ish.
Oh, it ain't no ish. First season, we thick as thieves.
Yeah,
that was
I was like,
we is thick as thieves.
But Jersey is top tier. I think Potomac's still my favorite, but Jersey's top tier.
I like Potomac too. But going back to Margaret, so Margaret, why did she bring up the affair that Jennifer's husband had 10 years ago? Was that simply to embarrass Margaret? I mean, to embarrass Jennifer?
Absolutely. And as you can see, well, it's because she brags about, Jennifer does brag.
That's funny.
Hands down. We can't argue with that. And because he does dote on her on the television. And not only does she talk about how perfect her life is, her husband presents it that way. It's not like the Phaedra situation where Phaedra may be like everything is good, but Apollo won't participate in a line. He participates. And although she's never presented her family as perfect because she's had drifts between her mom and that sort of thing. She, he does. She wanted to burst her bubble. And Margaret is that type of chick. She's 100% that type of chick.
Margaret trying to stay on this show. What do you think?
Margaret is the Kenya. Well, I ain't gonna say Kenya. She really is. Yeah. But Margaret is the girl that would be a Giselle, so to speak. She's the person that's gonna keep the crap going. She's going to present some mess.
Because, honey, she would. But let's go down this little list I got, and then we're not going to be on too long, and then we going to get it on. I think we're only going to be doing Jersey until something else comes on, right? Because nothing else is good is on.
I love Jersey. I have, for the life of me, I don't understand why people, I've been telling people, and put it like this, Jersey gets like 0.8. When people were saying that Portia... When people were saying that Portia's show was bad, I was like, based off of the immediate numbers that Bravo's Twitter account, not Bravo's official, but that one Bravo ratings. Post, Jersey would get like 0.8. Portia would get like 0.7. And some people who think that Portia's show was bad, I always remind them that Jersey got top tier billing. Portia was the only person that they had to pay. So Portia getting 0.7 wasn't bad.
Hey, Georgia. Oh, I thought Jersey was in the millions in the beginning.
No.
We'll see what they are. What they came on.
We're gonna see, yeah. But I was shocked. Like, I don't think it ever made. Not even its reunion made 1 million.
Not Georgia saying Portia.
Oh, I'm not talking about whether or not you liked it.
Yeah,
I was talking about numbers as far as review. People tune in because people like train wrecks.
She did good to be by herself. I will agree with that.
I'm trying to find my speaker. Turn my speaker up.
Oh, you probably can hear me. But okay, so what do y'all think about the show? It started with, them kind of going through all of the women, but the one that caught my eye the most was Teresa. Her house has been on the market for 6 months, and she's moving in with Louis.
Her house fell through. It fell through.
Oh, it fell through.
Yeah, it's back on sale. It's back, and it's had 2 contracts since then.
Right. Does she still have that same realtor? Wasn't that her friend?
I don't know if she still has the same realtor.
I thought that was the cheapest made house. I mean, you remember when the first season when Teresa was giving a tour of her house?
And Danielle said with them linoleum floors.
I don't know what.
I remember. I was thinking, my ghetto bus said, "What's wrong with linoleum?" And I was like, where? Because it wasn't in the entryway.
No.
It wasn't in the kitchen. So it had to be like in a bathroom or something. But I remember that. I remember saying, what's wrong with linoleum floor?
Joe built that house though, right? Did he not? Did Joe build that one?
Yeah, he built it.
Okay.
Yeah, he built it.
So, I mean, that's not bad if your husband built it. But is that why y'all think it's not? She can change them. Teresa.
Well, it's gaudy.
It is.
It's so gaudy. It's ridiculous. And then Bravo doesn't help out because when she was taking people around to see it when it was up for sale, Bravo happily showed all the cheapest parts of the house and actually talked about if the realtor would ask a question about it. Why is this bar right here loose? And it was just a mess. I'm not.
And it's gaudy stuff that looks cheap. Like they have like nice looking things like. And it looks like Italian pieces on TV.
Yeah, it does.
But I do wonder it's probably not solid wood, or maybe they got cheap faucets instead of upgraded faucets.
Yeah,
I think when you're doing it yourself, it's just certain things that you may not care about, but when you're in the millions, you do care about. Because if you're looking at something, you like, we're gonna have to replace all of the faucets.
All this stuff. Oh, that's bad.
We gonna have to, right? Well, we can keep the kitchen cabinets, but this faucet is falling apart. Or why did
the door fixtures and stuff that you pick out is important.
Right. Yeah. Or whether or not you got borders. What are they called?
Crown molding.
Yeah, molding in various places. Mm-hmm. So I'm that sort of thing. But when you're in the millions, usually that's not really your thing. It's a certain place you want to live. It's a certain neighborhood, certain school district. So
I don't know. I hope she sells it. So did she move in with Louis? Do we know? Because they got a house together, and she wants to move in. Do you think it's too soon? It's been how long? A year?
I don't. Well, I mean,
I don't think it's too soon.
Okay.
I think, I don't think moving in with somebody that you plan on marrying after a year is too soon. Mm-hmm. I think it's too soon when there's a clear history of violence with a man and you just going to step out.
What's the clear history of violence?
Just from his ex-wife or girlfriend or whatever talked about the abusive relationship she had with him. It doesn't take much violence, in my opinion, not for me anyway. And they allegedly said that's why he was at the resort or whatever with those other guys.
It was apology to her.
Forgiveness. Yeah. It's because he and his then wife or girlfriend, I don't know, had gone through some bouts with domestic violence. And that's why I think that's why the girls thought that Teresa would be a little bit more upset when she started hearing about the video and started hearing the backstory. But it didn't affect her, or they handled it in whatever way she thought needed to be handled. There's just no way that I would.
Teresa probably
I think you definitely have to watch out for that sort of thing, hands down. Mm-hmm. But for every situation with a domestic violence, men do pick and choose who they're going to,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Reese might not be the
who
one.
they abuse and who they
Yeah.
don't. There are some men that kind of inadvertently, I don't know if it's conscious or unconscious, keep picking a type of woman.
Yeah.
But sometimes they want something different because they're not okay with their own behavior. I had a really good girlfriend whose husband was horrible to her. I don't even know how to describe it. I have always been a woman that would say I would never tell another married woman to leave her husband.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, day after day, you hear these horrible stories and you hear her cry, and it becomes overwhelming to the point where you have to say, why don't you kick him out?
Right.
Like please. Like it. And I have never, ever said that after her. And I hope to never have to say it again, but it was horrible. This boy gets remarried in another state. And to my understanding, I know one person who also, that he's not having those issues and been married to this lady for 10 years at this point, 10 years. I don't know. It's a long time.
Yes.
So men do pick and choose. I'm not saying that, you know, that they don't, because we know in a lot of cases they go from one girl to another on purpose.
Yeah. And maybe the retreat helped them.
And they were saying, somebody was saying that was what's their religion?
Scientology.
Yeah, Scientology. That's or some kind of Scientology retreat. So I don't know.
But what do you think about her having daughters, him moving in with
That's what's tricky. But I don't think her daughters are going to be okay with that. Because her daughters are going to tell somebody.
Oh, they're not gonna have it. They might beat him up themselves if he talk to their mom.
But they're gonna tell somebody. Yeah. Like it's not gonna be a situation where, you know, Joe's whole family is still there.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Joe Judice.
But do you think it's smart to have the boys move in? Because he has sons.
One is moving in, the 17-year-old.
Oh, just one. Okay.
Yeah, the other one is 20. He's not. Okay. I'm assuming he's in college, or maybe he lived with his mother. So.
The oldest one has autism.
I thought that was what it was. He looks. I didn't want to say that, but yeah, they showed a picture last night. But I remember thinking he looks special needs, but I didn't want to say that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Georgia said men do age out of bad behavior, and maybe I don't think Teresa would have that. So I think he's smart enough to know that they ain't gonna do.
I don't think she would for a long period of time, but Teresa don't want to be embarrassed. But I bet Teresa is not a person that's gonna sit on something. Once she tired of something, she gonna tell her brother, and Joe go over there and beat him up.
Yeah. Girl, when Joe got to fighting and all that black stuff was on.
Girl, that was Joe's her spray in his head. It was black stuff everywhere.
What is black stuff on me? What is this black stuff on me?
Men grow out of bad behavior. Is that what the comment was?
Some do. I know somebody in my family who's grown out of bad behavior. Plus,
you just get too old to do certain things. After a while, you get tired.
Well, some people's things stop working. Right. To prevent them from staying in her bad behavior.
Shady today. You talking about the house. You talking about stuff
like I've known this. So some men do. You're right.
Yeah, they do.
They get tired. And some men, I think we don't always think about that. Some men aren't proud of their behavior. Like some men want to do something different. So they pick somebody on purpose that's not going to take that. Like men do what they like. You ever been in a situation? I have once where you've dated somebody and they do something that kind of throws you off in a way. It's a red flag that makes you think he would hit me if something. Yeah. And I remember I dated this guy and he literally told me, God is my witness, I'm not lying or over exaggerating. He said, you want me to hit you, don't you? What? And I remember, I didn't say a word, but I remember thinking first of all, I was completely in love with this guy. And I remember thinking, when you walk out this door, you're never walking in again. Right. And I kept that promise. Ooh. I was dead serious about that. And I was I was so crazy about him. I
Mm-hmm.
packed up everything that I had and left school. That's
Oh,
really why I
wow.
left school in
That's
the
why you
middle of the
could tell.
semester. Huh?
Girl, see, and so
In the middle of the semester.
mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to go backwards, but I knew I couldn't be with him.
No. See, you smart, Joy.
Yeah, I couldn't be with him. And I was head over heels. I wasn't even thinking straight. But I wasn't going to be caught up in that.
Yeah, and I think Teresa's like
again, this is a God is my witness. I'm not lying or exaggerating. A year later, a good friend of mine who stayed called me and told me that a girl that he had been dating, he had been beating up. And they were trying to say, because I was larger in size, that I probably could hide my bruises because he was abusive. And I remember saying, dudes pick and choose who they gonna abuse. He never hit me, but he did he gave me the impression that he would.
Yeah. And that's so it was good that you left, or it sounds like.
And I think Teresa, I don't think Teresa would handle that. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I can't even.
Well, Teresa would cry. She would call her brother. Yeah. Teresa isn't a fighter. She's just not. But Teresa, because I always wondered, would Joe hit her? But I don't think that he would have, and particularly in front of those girls. But because I think that she would cry to her family.
I think he maybe have been verbally a little bit.
Oh, he definitely was verbal.
Yeah, but I don't think
we've heard that.
Yeah. So I don't know. So what do y'all think? The girls seem to like him, but Teresa, she said, "I think he's my soulmate." Knock on wood. Just see her knock on her head. Teresa's crazy.
She knows the deal.
Oh, she was like,
she understood the assignment. Wood, head, real.
So, what do you think about Joe and the daughters having their little tiff about the dad? Do you think Joe should apologize?
Yes, and he should not talk about their father, because this at this point, this is no longer about Teresa's ex-husband. Teresa's moved on. The ex-husband
in Italy, right?
That is your niece's correct.
Yeah,
that is your niece's father, and that they crazy about. And there is an extra element in there that they don't get to see them. And I will say this: Joe Giudice, with all his flaws, protected the crap out of Melissa and Joe, because all the tea that he spilled was true. It makes so much sense why, if y'all watch the beginning of the third season, when Melissa comes on and they're fighting at the christening, because you remember that was huge.
Crazy. It was banging on the table.
The two Joes were fighting at the christening. You would think, why is the father on Joe Giudice's side?
Okay.
You're wondering about that. And you would end up finding out it makes so much sense that Joe and them took a lot of money from the father, that they end up losing their house in the process. Joe spilled all that tea.
Okay.
Like they and then he had the nerve to get mad and say that Joe Giudice put his mother in the grave. And he's saying that because Teresa ended up going to prison.
Went to jail, yeah.
Not the fact that they lost every dime that they had or their money, and that Joe and them were paying for them for a house for years, renting a house for years. Lord. He don't even mention. Yes, like, and what's crazy is, to Teresa's credit, with all of that was going on, making her seem like the worst person in the world, Teresa never put that out into the universe. Now, I had heard about it, but I just didn't believe it was true, to be honest. But
Teresa never said it wasn't, though, right?
Right.
Jordan, are you Teresa and Joe used to pay for Joe and Melissa's rent? Is that what you said?
No. His parents. Okay. So apparently Joe and them borrowed a lot of money, having deals and stuff, and things falling through. And the parents put their money, their savings behind things, and it would fall through, and eventually they would lose their house. So Teresa and Joe rented them a house for years. And it explains why the parents all was with Teresa. It was so weird at some point. You were like, why? Like, you watching this on TV and it's the father saying, this is on you. Telling Joe,
the Gorga.
the brother that he's the problem, not Joe Giudice. It was so weird. Go back and rewatch it. It's on YouTube. It's literally on YouTube, the whole fight. If you want to go watch a little section, go back and rewatch it. But again, to Teresa's credit, they made that girl. And let me tell y'all, does everybody know the history behind why Teresa and Melissa really don't get along? Because it's really about Melissa calling Danielle. She got on the show calling Danielle, emailing Danielle, telling her, bring me on as a friend. I'll expose Teresa. That's how she got on the show.
They kind of talked about that on Girls Trip too. If y'all,
yeah. And they got her cousin. And I believe Teresa when she said they had mentioned it, but I didn't know that they were on the show until they had started filming. I believed it.
Even know,
and just how they were doing her. I mean, it's wrong.
But she wants to be famous.
Bad. Oh, did y'all see that commercial that Melissa's in? It's an advertisement for the Valentine's Day movie with Melissa. Jennifer
Lopez.
Yes, Jennifer Lopez. Well, she was like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to watch this." Oh, you got sprinkled cookies. That's a dig at Teresa.
That is a dig.
I know, because they keep arguing about this Christmas. Sprinkle cookies.
What did I miss?
Yes, that is a dig at Teresa.
What happened?
Girl, they've been arguing about these dang old sprinkled cookies.
Threw them away. Did Teresa throw them away?
Yes. So apparently.
Melissa made sprinkle cookies and Teresa threw them
away?
She
didn't make them. Teresa said they were store-bought sprinkle cookies.
That was a dig. I didn't see that one.
Y'all have to watch Jersey. These people, Georgia, if y'all over here, if y'all don't watch Jersey.
People watching, they ain't saying nothing. They'll meet people. We about to see
Jersey is really good.
So what do y'all think about Dolores this season? She's got a new body. I think
she look good. She got a booty, girl. She already look black.
Girl, now she look like she is from the motherland.
That girl look like she is dark. I bet you Dolores all her life has been asked, was she biracial?
Oh, yeah.
But so was Melissa. Before Melissa did all that stuff to her face, because Melissa didn't look like that. I don't know if y'all know that.
Like sister, like Tia and Tamara.
Right. And she had tight curls. She looked like she really looked like you're right.
Yeah. Just like them when they was on Sister.
Right.
Yeah.
With them tight curls.
But I think Dolores, what do y'all think about Frank having a girlfriend in Texas? Do y'all know what she looked like?
No.
Okay, we need to go look.
That's funny though. So, but wait a minute. What does Dolores do for a living?
Who? Dolores?
Georgia says she's darker than Beyonce. Okay,
she is.
She really is. Yeah,
she is.
A lot of black people. Okay,
what does she do for a living outside of this show? What does she do?
Okay. Who said that, George?
What?
She darker than a lot of black people.
I said that on me. She's darker than a lot of black people.
She is.
She is.
What are you saying?
What was you saying now? I like Dolores.
I do too. Dolores. What does she do for a living?
Pimp.
Okay, 2 of them.
Off her ex-husband.
Well, but her ex-husband, we know that he's not a licensed attorney anymore or anything like that. So he's kind of starting over. But her, she seems to have a lot of money.
She has a nice
I think that Frank pretty much pays for her.
Who,
but
Frank?
Frank
does? And so is the boyfriend out the picture now?
Yes.
Yes.
She's got a new boyfriend.
Yeah. She hasn't broken up with him yet, so maybe it'll play out on the show.
Yeah, it's going to play out on the show. Yeah, she got a new guy. He's cute too.
Is he?
Yeah,
is he Italian?
Yeah, he's cute.
Okay.
She did good. But Frank has a new. So what do y'all think about the kids moving in with her? Is that a normal thing now? Kids go to school. They
should. They should. Yeah. We put yes.
Yeah.
That's
They
good.
make that a big deal on the news and things like that, talking about all these babies coming back home to live with their parents because they can't make enough money.
You think
I
he
don't
was
see
gay?
anything wrong with that.
I don't know if he was gay, but he
The
doesn't seem
doctor-
he didn't seem interested in her.
Oh, Georgia.
Did y'all think he seemed interested in her?
Mm-mm.
I don't even remember his name.
No, but I didn't think a lot of it because he just reminded me of Bethany Frankel's boyfriend, season 1 of New York. They were just quiet, professional, bald-headed men that really just wanted to come home and be with their little girlfriend, their woman, and move on. They didn't want to be a part of the camera.
They didn't want to be on the show.
Yeah,
that
they
makes
didn't really
sense
want to be
me
on the
too.
show. Yeah,
but not
I don't.
I
I never
bald-headed
picked up
little
a
man.
Like Juan.
Yeah.
Juan really
Yes.
don't want to be a part of the show.
Yeah.
Because they have careers. I can understand.
Yeah, they got
that.
real careers.
Yeah, like Frank, they all like doing construction and stuff now.
They doing a show though. You know they got a show.
Oh, and
and
the
they
comedy
tour.
show.
Yeah, they tour. Mm-hmm.
Is that the comedy show?
It's a
Joe
comedy
Gorga
show.
got-
Yeah,
It's
I
a
don't know if
comedy
I'm
show.
gonna watch
I couldn't find anything laughable in his little act.
it.
I
Me
wasn't sure
either.
what
I
was
think he
happening.
bombed at one.
They're funny to watch. They're entertaining. I'll give them that to watch. Just like at some point, I really liked on Atlanta when they used to have all the men.
Oh,
I can't remember what season it was, but at some point, almost every last one of them, with the exception of Kenya, had somebody.
Yeah.
And they would have because it was Todd and Greg and
whoever
Apollo and Peter and I can't remember. Portia wasn't with him. Actually, not Portia too.
I don't think she was either.
She might not have been on. Yeah, because she been on there when Todd was.
But everybody had, and they had fun. But Married to Medicine's like that too. The husbands get together. They have fun.
And they're very entertaining.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So
they do. You're right. They do.
Sometimes I want to see them more than the women. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
So the big news is Louis' thing. And all this stuff was going on Twitter about him.
Oh, that video. It wasn't as creepy as Margaret made it seem like it was some kind of sexual, like they were naked, out rubbing on each other and talking. It was weird.
And as you say that, the man took a picture, and I thought I was screenshotting him with those other men. But is this any different?
I mean, but they also all have on pants.
But this is them.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's no different because
and this could have been taken afterwards to kind of mock fun.
Yeah, that would not be nice, would it?
Because
you know what? I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt now that you say that, Joy. I bet they did do that just kind of as a mock of the original video.
Yeah, I was doing a screenshot of his video, and then I was like, "This is not what I want to show." But I wanted to show this now because this is the same thing on thing.
Yeah, you should have. Yeah, I'm glad. I will say this though. I don't know if it was Scientology related or not, but I will say this: if you listen to what the men were saying, he obviously messed up. And they were obviously trying to make him accountable for whatever it is that he messed up with. Yes, they were shirtless. Yes, it looked weird, but that's only because we have this image in our head of what men should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. If this was women sitting around drinking wine, telling a girl who did something wrong to be held accountable, we would love it. For some reason, it's creepy when men did. Now, I'm not going to say that when I watched it and I actually listened to it the first time, I was like, well, what's so creepy about it other than the fact that they're shirtless?
I don't even remember what it was about.
What was so, I think Georgia asked who was the guy in the front. That's Melissa's boyfriend. I mean, not Melissa,
Teresa's
but
boyfriend.
That's Teresa with the glasses. Is Teresa. That's Frank. Yeah. And that's Margaret's husband. And behind him is, that's all hoods.
Next to Joe Gorga.
Evan.
Evan.
So and then Jennifer's husband.
That's not
Bill.
Jennifer.
Bill.
It's
Jennifer's husband is on the right.
Yeah, he's on the end. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's behind Mary's little minion.
Yeah, what's her name?
I think Teresa's boyfriend looks creepy.
Yes, he does.
A regular old dude to me.
He looks creepy as
he looked like somebody that go into a tanning booth. That's what's weird.
Right there.
He looks pressed.
No, he don't.
He looks
When
fresh.
he came into that party, y'all, he was red as a beet. Did y'all see how red he was when he walked?
Well, I don't think he wanted to be there.
You could tell.
Yeah.
Well, they were doing one scene and they were talking about, I don't know if they were getting a massage or what, because I was listening and not watching.
Yeah, and hold hands.
Be careful. He said, be careful because I have on eyelashes too. And I said,
yeah,
I
he
bet
did.
You do.
Did he really
I bet you do.
But he didn't.
He was joking, I think.
He was joking.
It looks like he do. He looks like he takes more time.
Most men do look like they got the prettiest eyelashes. Which was to be bald because we always doing something to our eyelashes. Men, I have seen boys, like teenage boys, like, boy, if I had your eyelashes, like it's be boys.
Yeah,
and he is very creepy to me. I cannot.
He does, Georgia. He looks like a straight Andy Cohen. He does.
Oh my goodness!
Y'all think so?
Yes. Now that you say that, I can see that. Yeah,
Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
No,
and that's because he's pressed. No. Oh he looks pressed. His hair is. His hair is gelled. Look, it's gelled. He got a lining. He looks neat.
He looks more neat than Teresa.
He looked like he goes to a tanning booth or gets sprayed. And like he looks like he puts a lot of effort in his appearance.
He's metrosexual.
Lace fronts included. And
lace fronts.
Lace fronts.
Yes.
He probably got some pearl earrings.
Yeah, no, I get you, Georgia. Yeah, I can't with him.
Y'all ain't right.
Okay, and I thought the video was really, really, really creepy. I think, Jory, that's the question that we last asked. It's creepy to me to see this group of men out there butt naked and
not butt naked. They got on pants. They got on. They're not.
It's creepy to me that see these men out there all whatever partially naked, just jumping around, apologizing for something that he did. It was I'll never do it again, and they're gonna make me right now. And all I thought about was Teresa, please run.
I see that wasn't. I would be honest with you. That wouldn't make me run. To me, he had a circle of men that was holding him accountable for something wrong he did, and obviously he was wrong.
And he admitted he was wrong.
And he admitted it. I mean, I actually like that. I would hope my husband has a circle of men that if he did something wrong, I don't want him shirtless.
You don't want him naked. No.
Ain't nothing wrong with admitting when you made a mistake. That's the point. But that little situation was just really to the left. It was creepy.
I just think we have
wet and disgusting, and I just wanted.
We have a thing about masculinity.
Feel safe.
We have a thing about masculinity, and it didn't look in what we would traditionally put masculine. Because
it has nothing to do with that to me. I don't. It's not that they didn't look like men. It looked like they were going through some strange ritual,
like a cult.
To like a cult. Thank you. Okay. Like a cult to try and like wash away his domestic violence hand or something. It nothing to do with their sexuality whatsoever. I don't know or care if any of them are gay. To me, it was totally different. To me, it was like, this is what you have to do to cleanse yourself of your abusive behavior. I can't.
Yeah, well, I watched it a long time ago. I don't remember it, but I don't think I liked it.
And they were on after show of Watch What Happens Live, I believe, last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
she said she wasn't even gonna get a prenup.
Who did?
Teresa. And then the daughter is behind the bar. The daughter's behind the bar saying, well, why would we get a prenup? Why would she get a prenup? And Andy is like, look here in the back. Why wouldn't you get a prenup? Because the boyfriend was sitting in the audience. Now, was that the after show or was that a previous? I don't know. But
I think that was part of the after show because I watched it. I didn't hear that, but he was an audience. But I would say this. I heard he's worth way more than her.
Well, that's good, and hopefully it's all legit because as we've seen, if you think that man you about to marry is all legit and he's making all this money, and you later find out, well, there was a little bit off, you could end up right back in jail. She needs a prenup. There's no way in the world I would ever step foot down nobody's aisle.
I mean, I agree.
A prenup after everything she's gone through with that husband that the father.
Look, if I make $200,000, I want a prenup. So I know if I'm in the millions, I want a prenup.
Georgia, yeah. Georgia says they're all kind of metro. Yeah, that's true. I remember New Jersey.
That is true.
Paulie and all them, and they were cute kids. Yeah, so that's fine. It's just a little different.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and it is Italian. They do tend to.
They tan. What is it? JGTO.
And a lot of them is because a lot of them from South Italy. A lot of people from South Italy came here, especially from Jersey. And them Southern. I always remind people the southern part of
school for tomorrow too.
The southern part of Italy is only 90 miles from Africa.
Africa, they black. That's what Dolores from. Dolores is from there. She's got.
I always remind people that, so because I'm not a Europe. That's one of the few places in Europe I would like to. In Spain, I would like to go to Spain.
Yeah, she tans. I know that, but her tan is very good. So I know she's very dark. Who has domestic violence hands?
I think that's allegedly
Teresa's. What's her name? What's Teresa's fiance's name? Michelle. I forgot the name.
What's his name? Louis.
Yeah. Allegedly Louis, but I don't know yet. We don't know.
Yeah, allegedly him.
Yeah. It is all alleged, but based on what the previous relationship.
They said the video was a repent for emotional abuse and emotional and physical abuse to his girlfriend.
And the lake that they were in, the water's holy, and 5 minutes there, you'll be much better. No.
And so why did Jen? Margaret says she's mad at Jen because Jen lies, and Jen called Joe and Melissa crooks. But Jen said it was retaliation from something they said about her.
Yeah, they were on a post going backwards and forward. Okay. So in other words, they were talking about her, and she responded.
Right.
I remember when that was going on was it Twitter? I think it was
probably
Twitter.
That's where they all fight.
Or Instagram. I can't remember. It was one of the two. I think it may have been Instagram.
They were putting it up. It was so fast. So I was trying to screenshot it, but it was just too fast about how it was going. And I was like, these girls be saying a whole bunch of stuff about each other.
But the whole crooks thing has been around for a minute about,
the Gorgas. Yeah.
We're talking about alleged, of course. But yeah, they've been saying.
Is that why they don't get along? Is that why Melissa and the girl don't get along?
Well, Jennifer? That's the reason. That's some of the tension between Teresa and Melissa's because Joe don't handle business. If y'all look at it, Joe has had 1,000 businesses, opening restaurants and all kinds of stuff that never gets completed.
Yeah.
Like something is going on. So, and there are always a group of people that gets left in the dust. Who was supposed to get paid for something that didn't. That was a part of last season.
It was.
The real estate, Teresa's real estate agent's husband had got involved with something with Joe. And Joe walked away with the person. He walked away with nothing. Right. And Joe's argument was, well, we did the first one to see if we could make money. Yeah, of course, nobody thought COVID would happen because really COVID is what stopped it, because the first one was like January of 2020. It was like right before COVID hit. So I know what he's saying. Who would think that COVID would have hit? We were planning. The first one is you're never going to make any money. We were supposed to make money moving forward, but the crap fell apart. Well, the little purse that they got, Joe got it.
Joe took all of it.
Yeah,
it was like $10,000 or something.
Yeah, it was yeah.
I remember that. That was but he wanted Teresa to get rid of that realtor because of that. And that's why I was like, does she still have it? But I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Well, one of the things that Teresa's she told the realtor, you got to make it right with my brother.
Yeah, I feel like Teresa.
That's the only way I'm gonna do business with you. And that was one of the things that she mentioned last night with Jennifer. Because one of the questions that somebody asked was, you always ask for loyalty. Why are you still hanging for Jennifer? He said, so obviously they're going to make up later. And one of the things that she said is that she did. I told her she had to make right with my brother. You can't call my brother no crook and me not sit there and not say nothing.
That's one thing I would say about Teresa. She don't play by her family.
Yeah. But I don't think she was pleased about yesterday's episode. And they were asked, well, what do you think about Louis? And he's watching it unless he's already talked to him. I mean, it's possible that he said, look, I've said some things about you. That's what I would do.
So with the show, Melissa met with Tiki and I don't know what's her name.
I don't know, but that's Tiki's wife.
That's just y'all know that's my daddy calls me Tiki. So I was like, that's my nickname. But Tiki
He used to be on NBC.
So what do y'all think? Are they a cat? Is she permanent or is she just a
no?
friend?
But this isn't the first time she was on because she was on last season too. But she's probably a friend. She might be a friend of the show.
How big is her foot?
It looks huge in them white shoes. She should have never.
It like is on one corner. The toe is on one corner, and the heel is back at the end of the next block.
Her foot is bigger than her husband's. Look,
it is.
And I was actually surprised to see him when they were walking. I was like, Tiki looks short.
He looks really short.
I thought he was really tall.
But he has a type because they showed his other wife too.
Yeah.
And he got a type.
Well, I thought his other wife was nothing like her. His other wife, I thought she was like Asian.
Oh, she looks white with she might be.
Why am I thinking that? Maybe it's his twin.
Y'all look her up because they flashed a picture of her real quick when she was talking about when she was pregnant, but they were separated for 5 months, and then he came to work with me, whatever show they was on, and then
she was Asian. She's very Asian.
Oh, that's not the girl they showed. I don't think.
Let me see. You got her.
Is that the one that was pregnant and he left her?
Yes.
But look how much taller this girl is.
Oh yeah.
That is. She looks totally different. Yeah. Okay. So he don't have a type.
Yeah, he don't have a type. He's so cute. He's a good-looking short guy.
He is, but yeah, honey.
His type is not black.
Yeah.
But that is his type. But she's closer to us. So. I mean, she's darker than Dolores. Okay, I mean, Dolores is darker.
She do look big. Like, look.
She does.
Look at her arm.
She looks, yeah. So
she get tan because look at her body.
Look at her arm. Yeah,
she might put something on her body.
We a mess. We really just be looking at people. So
I'm like, no, I don't think he has a type.
What do y'all think about Jennifer's new nose?
I like Jennifer. I didn't know. Well, it looks funny
in the
picture up here.
Look at
it looks weird right there, down there.
I want to be her friend. I want to buy because she got.
I like her too.
She got a smart mouth.
And she loves her some dang on Chanel, honey. All her earrings are Chanel.
She like everything gaudy. Anything got a name. You have to see her house.
That angle right there in that picture, the one that you just looked at, is that a new nose?
That's her nose. But it doesn't look this bad straight ahead. But to the side, it's bad.
She's actually my favorite on that whole show.
Yeah,
I like her.
Teresa. I like her a lot
because she says what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna tell you this: Jennifer will say the first thing on her mind.
Yes, she says what I'm thinking.
Filter. She does not think before she speaks. And she don't back down either. Like she will go toe to toe with you.
Yeah, so the previews show her and Melissa about to go to blows.
I feel like Jackie is very timid this season, even because she was like, "It's better."
Well, she's out. That girl is one mental case from falling. One situation from sitting in the closet, flipping the lights on.
Yeah, I mean, even like last night when she was like, "Well, I have to tread lightly with Teresa because it's
who would say that out loud?"
And I was like, "Girl,
Jackie, the girl that you said wanted to be friends with
I told y'all. Did I tell y'all? She wants to be friends. She does not want, and I don't know why, because Teresa really don't come for people. She might say something here or there, but not like Margaret. Margaret is to me the most dangerous because she'll put something out there, and I absolutely believe she is the cause of the rumor about that girl.
But Jennifer apologized to her for saying it, maybe because she didn't have
I know I heard it. I heard it.
Well, it supposedly happened at her house, but maybe because she didn't have concrete proof, she was just like, well.
And the reason I say that is because her husband, the way that her husband said, I heard it in the house. You heard him talking.
Her. She went off on her husband too. Do you hear me?
You can't erase that. He said that.
What is this a picture of? I'm trying to think. Oh, that's with the fight with them.
You can try to clean it up all day long, but when he said, I hear it in the house.
Yeah,
how's Joe able to keep all that weight off?
I don't know, because I think Italian food is kind of fattening, but I guess
and you probably ain't eating burgers and running to McDonald's and eating French fries.
But all that
food. But if that's but with nothing else. And that's probably real pasta. You know, what the heck we eat.
I have a friend from Trinidad, and she said even the McDonald's and stuff over there, their restrictions are healthier than ours. She said she doesn't really see people like sick like us over there. Like our food is not as regulated as other countries.
I believe it. Yeah. I mean, I stopped using margarine like 10 or 15 years ago, and I just remembered that because I got a thing of margarine on my camera from Instacart. I didn't buy it though. Yeah. That was probably the Instacarter that bought it for themselves and forgot to take it out. But I stopped getting margarine because it's banned in other countries.
Yeah, it's worse than
like little bitty things like that we eat every day.
Margarine is banned.
It's worse than butter.
Yeah, they said that it's one chemical away from plastic. I think it was.
Oh my God!
It was something that was like, you know, you think I want to spread some butter on a piece of toast. You normally just have a little margarine. I stopped buying margarine. I only buy butter.
Yeah, just buy butter. It's worse. But Denise said that Teresa comes for people and have them do her dirty work. We talked about this before you got on.
I kind of believe that in some ways, but she's not. Teresa isn't a cunning person. Like,
she's not a planner. Is that what you mean? She doesn't.
Yes, she's not cunning. Like there are people that are itching just for the right opportunity to drop a dime. Teresa's not like that, and she's really. She tries to be particular about certain boundaries because although they don't always make sense to us, like she doesn't like messing with family, but you know she won't say, well, you know, so and so is having an affair. I heard a rumor. Well, the rumor, I didn't say it happened. I said it was a rumor. Well, what difference it is? That's different. You can negate a rumor. Yeah. You can't negate facts. He actually had this affair. You know, so put that out and you know it.
Birthday party. Whose birthday party was it?
It was actually Evan's birthday party. It was actually his party.
Either. I don't think she
no, she doesn't
either. So. But Georgia said that Margaret had a clothing line. I didn't know about this. Jumpsuit?
Yeah, I mean, they don't have. I mean, the website is still active. It's still live, and she has cute little pictures out there. In fact, I have that wallet right there. Oh, I sure do.
Let me think to me, Callie.
Okay, yeah, it's MacbethCollections.com. I don't see clothes.
I wouldn't buy nothing from Margaret. I can't stand her.
Look, man, you can't be like that. That's like
I can, and I will.
Vote for Giselle and Robin for
I did.
NAACP Image Award.
I
don't have a graphic, but I want y'all to go.
Margaret got these pictures on here, honey. She didn't got cute with her little filters because that's all it is.
Honey, they buy them filters. I need to buy one. What else I got? I don't really have that many much notes. Let's see.
Thanks for bringing that up, George.
Talking about Jennifer and Bill. Do y'all remember when the husbands had their little show kind of and they had taglines and he was like, I'm the only Bill my wife has or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, he takes care of his wife.
He does.
He does. He takes care of his wife.
So why? Okay, not to necessarily talk about this forever, but so why? We know that Margaret left the first husband and the kids. We know that. They were mad at her for a while, but then
her kids don't talk to her.
Yeah, her kids. His son though doesn't speak to him. Do you know why?
I think it's all related because a couple of seasons ago, no, they haven't been clear about that because a couple of seasons ago, when Jennifer was on there and her and Jennifer, was it Jennifer? It was somebody that got into it with Margaret. It could have even been or Danielle. It was either Jennifer or Danielle because they both have been going at each other. But I can't remember. Anyway, they mentioned in an argument, that's why your kids don't talk to you. None of them. Yeah, like none of them. Now, most of those children in her first marriage weren't hers, but she had raised them since they were babies. But she did have, I think, at least one child with her first husband.
So
But
she,
but none of those children, or at least a few seasons ago, messed with her at all.
okay, I don't want to stay on this too long, but so y'all are saying she left her children when she got with this new man. She just up and
And I'm
Yes.
assuming they must older, but yes.
Well, I don't think. I think the girls were like preteen or something. I mean, they were
what
they
in
were
the
fairly
world?
young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
So,
affair,
but yeah.
like literally, and she throws things like, "Well, Joe, he was a maintenance man," and da da da.
Mhm.
She makes light at it. That's why Jennifer throws it in her face. So it's
Yeah.
really weird when people put out things that they know is wrong. Look,
Where did
Yeah.
she do
you
that?
married this guy. You don't have to
Mhm.
constantly remind people that it was an affair. You don't have to. We
But
don't care.
and
So,
not
but
even just an affair. I mean, this is like the cable man came over to fix whatever the issue
right,
was
he
and
was
No,
just
he
never
a
was
left.
fixing
plumber.
the
It's
house.
really
He was literally.
crazy.
That is
Mhm.
Yeah, but
crazy, y'all.
He was the
yeah,
maintenance guy. He was
yeah,
fixing their
yeah,
house, and she was having an affair with the guy that was fixing the house.
So
yep.
Georgia says she don't think they're Margaret's kids, but either way, if she
I think she has at least one bio because it's something that she said one day that made me think. I think that those are her biological. One is
her husband
one.
maintenance
Oh
girl too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. At least one is her
At
biological.
least one. I'm not. I know that he had several, and she raised
Yeah, he
them,
was
but
her
I
husband.
think she has at least one.
Yeah.
So so her
Here, let
husband
me
named
look
Joe
that
too.
up.
Why
That's a
is
good
everybody's
question.
husband named Joe? So Denise has a question. What do y'all think about Jennifer's statement referring to her husband and then being together for the family and the kids? I thought that they loved each other, but that statement makes me think that they don't.
I hate
Maybe
that statement.
they say
Well, we
that they're
don't.
going to go through some stuff. Her and
Yeah,
Jackie both
yeah.
this season, their storyline, which I don't know if it's fake or not, and I hope you don't play around with your marriage, but it's they're going to have problems within their marriage.
Right, right.
Now, I think both of those husbands are very cute to me, but Jackie's husband
Hmm.
is number one on that one. He the cutest of the
Well,
bunch.
his affair was
Yeah.
a long time ago. And one of the things that I do like about Jennifer, she was like, well, why don't you just tell people this was complete to me? Camilla, why don't you just tell people that your husband was having an affair with the office master? She said, get it
That was
right. He
the
was having an affair
pharmaceutical
with the
rep.
pharmaceutical rep.
Like that makes it better
I
though.
was
That's what was
like,
cracking me
She's
up.
like, if you gonna tell the
I
story,
was like, come
she's like,
through,
if you gonna tell the
Jennifer.
story, here it goes. My husband did not cheat with the office manager. He cheated with the pharmaceutical rep. If you
Hmm.
gonna tell the story, tell the
Tell it
story.
right.
All right. Honey, that's one thing I will say about Jersey too. And I feel like Potomac is this way. If something happened, they gonna tell you. They just gonna be like, yeah, it happened. This is what I'm doing. I'm staying with them or I'm leaving. Like they don't sugarcoat. They don't try to hide it. I think Teresa kind of
Hmm.
tries to hide stuff sometimes. But the other ones, they are out there. What else do I have in my notes? I thought it was good. Did y'all enjoy it?
Yeah,
I
I
did.
enjoyed. I thought, yeah.
I like, and they start off with a bang. Unlike most
Yeah.
housewives that spend the first episode just kind of getting you up on everything. You
Oh,
usually on the other shows, the whole cast don't even get together the first one. They start off
Mm-hmm.
with a
They
bang.
start off with it, honey.
so
I
but
loved it.
Margaret's
She
house.
does have a biological son,
Yeah,
by the
that's
way.
what everybody's saying. Shit, how old was he? Older or we don't know. I couldn't imagine my daughter not talking to me. That would just be too
I
hard for
can't
me.
either. Oh no, 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 that would break my
Everybody
heart.
knows 25-30% of my life, noting in the book that very few people. She says, I had a 20-year marriage and I have a natural born son people don't know about.
Okay. So
Everybody always thought I had children, but I do
Oh,
have
okay.
my own son. Mhm.
so
Okay,
what did
okay,
her
okay.
ex-husband do? Do we know? Did he have money? How did
I
Margaret get her
don't
money?
know.
Do
I'm
we
assuming he do because the maintenance man
stop it,
got no
y'all?
whole lot of because he don't seem like he do nothing but fix their house, they current house. It is he been working on it for three
Somebody said
years.
that house been on construction since she started the show. I
He
said,
has. It has. She
It
has.
has, but so in a way, that house kind of reminds me of what people like to talk about Giselle. However, Giselle's house usually seems clean. Margaret's house
y'all
seemed
better stop.
cluttered and kind of.
Every time.
I mean, I was like, wow, I'd be
They
embarrassed to
shady,
have
y'all.
cameras
They
over. It
shady.
ain't right.
And it's just like, that's why I was saying, like, that girl is doing hers on her own.
Yeah,
Like, like Margaret husband, they're doing it on their own, but he's been doing it. But I do wonder, is he doing that in between jobs? Because it's one particular room they've been working on for years.
I mean,
I'm just like, that house ain't gonna never
it
get
must be
done.
nice to have a man who can do stuff, because Dolores got one. Teresa had one. I think Louis can do stuff. Frankie now, the son, he's working with Louis and real estate and doing stuff like they at least pick men who know how to do stuff.
What's Louis' last name?
I don't know. I just have Louis.
Flamingo, I'm sure.
Not Flamingo. Oh, when Margaret tried to come at Teresa, I love that Teresa said, "You in my home, and you gonna respect my home."
Exactly. I thought she was about to say, I would have said, "Or you can leave." I was hoping that she would say that.
Yeah, I love when she said that. That was one of my favorite parts. And then Melissa saying, "Hey, Summer Sexy." I'm like, if you say this one more time, but we're gonna be Summer Sexy next summer, I guess. What else did I have? They all, when Jennifer walked in, they all said, "Oh my God, her nose, she looks unrecognizable." I didn't think she looked that bad. I thought
she doesn't.
They said she worth $2 million.
I thought that she looked like her outfit and everything looked like the Melissa Gorga outfit.
Yeah,
like I feel like she's trying to become Melissa. Now I don't know.
Jennifer? Who?
Jennifer.
Oh no.
Okay.
Girl, she can't stand. Look, she really can't stand Melissa. They made up for the sake of not hardly.
Okay,
no, I can't even see her wanting to be a Melissa. I can't see that.
It's nothing about Melissa that is.
I'm just talking about the way she looks and dresses and stuff.
I don't think so.
Me either. Wow, I would have never even thought that.
Go look at that outfit she had on. That was a totally Melissa Gorga outfit.
We going on an hour.
Jackie said that she was upset with what's her name? Jennifer, because she tried to drive a wedge between her and Margaret. And then Jackie was like, "But I'm going to forgive you. I'm a forgiver." I don't think she's going to go at it with anybody but her husband.
Who?
Jackie.
Jackie really isn't a go at it type of person. The only reason why Jackie has still been there is because Jackie has been fighting with Teresa.
So what?
Jackie isn't. She isn't. In other words, there's nothing
ruthless to me
about Jackie.
Yes.
What is she doing that's ruthless?
Is this the same girl that said, "Where'd you learn that etiquette? In prison?" I mean, who says something like that?
Because somebody said something to her, though. I don't think she just.
If you have that thought in your mind,
well, I haven't.
You are the girl.
I would say something like that.
Jackie is completely schizophrenic to me. How she has a really cute husband, I have no idea. I wouldn't know.
I don't know about schizophrenic, but she seems mentally unstable.
Mean. Yeah, they shady today. Whoever's watching,
she's mentally. I'm telling you, she's seen one situation from being like.
They shady. They saying she in a straight jacket. Okay,
right.
They say she's straight jacket material.
Well, yeah, Denise, she probably did have every right to clap back, but I'm not arguing with that. But sometimes what comes out of our mouths, like, did she really just say that? I mean, who throws that prison stuff in somebody's face like that? Only like the scared devils. I mean, to me, she's just a very scary. I would never want to sit in front of her with some sharp knives. I just would never want to sit in front of her ever.
She's a lawyer.
Yeah. I will say I like
She's an
everybody
attorney
in this case. I don't think there's one person I don't like on Jersey, but y'all don't like Margaret, right?
I
don't dislike her. I just see that she is always after Teresa.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Do you have worries about her husband if he's still doing jobs? If maybe he's over fixing somebody else's pool plus a few more things.
Honey, he couldn't go to nobody's job site without me.
You're right, Denise. Yeah, Denise.
Yeah, the purpose is to, and Jackie is a lawyer. We got anything else?
Is she a case-winning lawyer or?
I don't think she hasn't practiced. I don't think she practiced.
So then it really
what kind of lawyer was she? Was she corporate?
I have no idea.
Okay. She was the stay-home Baptist kind of lawyer.
Yeah. What does Evan do? I don't know anything about these people. I need to look them up.
So really cute. And he's a regular corporate guy. I think he's like just in regular corporate America.
Oh, so that's probably why he doesn't kind of fight either, because he has a job that, like the Joe and Frank and all them, they can, because they really don't have a job they're like entrepreneurs, I guess.
Denise likes Marge and
I
Jackie
see
Melissa.
that. So
Martin.
she's that team. I'm not.
Right.
I'm the
What
other
team are
team.
you then?
I like the other one.
Oh, Denise, I was not going to say Phaedra, although I thought that. I was not going to say
No,
that.
she's
she
not like
is not
Phaedra.
like Phaedra.
She's
Phaedra
not that
couldn't
short.
even,
Not nowhere near.
He couldn't even be, what's his name's husband?
Because
Sharane's
her
husband.
conversation is only geared toward Teresa. Like she was on there, she's only been on there to aggravate her. I
No, I
believe
think
it
she's talking
because
about
she's
lawyer
boring
wise.
as sin.
No, I think she's
I
talking about
don't.
lawyer wise. Is she like Phaedra?
Is
No,
she rich?
Phaedra
Dora
came
just
out.
said she's really
Yeah.
rich. Is she rich from her husband or from her practice?
Who,
I,
Jackie?
I really don't know.
And her sister don't like each other. See, come on.
Yeah, she ain't talked to her sister in
See, I'm telling you, Jackie's
Oh, this
scary.
is Gorga's
10,
house. What do y'all
15
think
years.
about this house?
Whose is
Jackie's
that?
scary.
The
I ain't gonna
Gorga's
lie.
house they're building?
Girl,
They
they
should start
said
over.
that the
What is
one
it?
house that they built, this is a true story, just to show you how much of a front, they built the house, said they was moving in, moved in, filmed, moved out to sell. It was never their house.
What?
That's the kind of stuff that Melissa and Joe been doing. Yeah, it was a house,
What?
one season that they spent the whole season building. He had been building it way before that.
Yeah,
But it was a mansion. So of course you watching.
You know what, Denise.
Yeah, they weren't there only a couple of months and then moved out. And that's when they moved like near, I think it was near Teresa. Like they used to be neighbors at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, this is crazy. So these people be fronting for these shows.
Yeah.
Jackie.
Well, they all did.
Well,
Kenya, they've had to put Kenya in the house a couple of times.
Yeah.
They didn't had to put I would have thought up until very recently that they put Portia in the house, but she actually bought that house, which I didn't know. I thought that after with the whole situation with Cordell, because that's the same house. Portia was in that neighborhood before Nene. I thought
in Cordell's house. Okay.
Yeah, she was in that house before Nene. Nene, she just happened to move. Nene happened to move in the house. Now I think Nene took off that season when they built that house.
Because I thought that one time that Kenya was being messy, she came to Nene and she said, "Guess who moving into your neighborhood?"
Yes,
and she was like, "Who?" And she was like,
"Yo." Well, maybe she moved. Maybe she did move in the house, and she moved. Well, then I would have thought then maybe they did front her into a house.
For a little while, probably.
Yeah.
But she was with her mom for a while before she bought that house.
I know, but if you remember, she left her mom's house and went in a house. I thought that's the house that she ended up buying.
No, she ended up buying another one.
Because Nene left the house with the beard that she used to wear, but that's a whole different story.
I'm done with y'all.
But because Nene, the season that Nene was building that house, we didn't see that whole season with her. I don't know what was going on, but she wasn't in there that season.
But okay, so Dolores, one thing I would say was she walked in that thing and she wanted to eat and drink, right? Does Jackie ever eat? Dolores, when she walked into
she had an eating disorder. She talked about it pretty old.
Dolores was like, "I want to drink," and Teresa's like, "Are you gonna wait for me?" And Dolores was like, "Can I eat?" She said, "Can you wait for people to come?" I was like, "Dolores is my friend. Like she used to be eating." So Jackie,
I'm trying to wait on the crowd.
So that's what Denise was saying. Jackie has mental problems, eating disorder.
Yeah, and that does make. Yeah, I forgot about that. Now that we're thinking about it, yeah, she did. She talked openly about her eating disorder.
That's why I like them. They tell the
and
truth.
She micromanages what her children eat. That's the only thing that's kind of scary.
I like that.
And that's because when you especially when you have daughters and you're watching them eat, you're careful about what they eat.
Well, Jen don't care, honey, because her little daughters but I think they're cute. But
Jen was the same way. Jen said she was a heavier child.
She was a heavy child.
Well, Jen had surgery, right?
Well, I know she had plastic or maybe a nose lip.
I know one of her brothers had gastric too.
No, I'm saying, but when she first came on, didn't she look totally different? The second season,
she didn't look totally different, but she did have a little bit more weight. Okay. But she wouldn't be in the fat category.
Okay,
like her interpretation of a 7, 8, 9, 10 versus a 5, 6. So that ain't. We talk about black people fat and European fat. It's totally different.
And her daughter is just
a 9, 10 adult woman that had 5 kids. Girl, you fine as wine.
So yeah, I think we're going to do jerseys. I'm free on Wednesday, so do y'all want to just make this our day? Wednesdays 5:30. If everything goes on, we will just be doing jersey for now until something else comes on. It's not too many shows.
Something is supposed to start. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all are watching, but it's a really good season.
Okay.
It just started.
What is
y'all
it?
tripping if you haven't. Married at First Sight is really good.
They made me
Last season was really good, but the new season just started.
I might try. And
they're still on their honeymoons. They come on Wednesdays. It's really good.
So we might do that one, but right now we're gonna do Jersey maybe Wednesday at 5:30, so y'all can watch. We're gonna try to just stick to an hour, so we're about done with this one. I just have
we working on an hour and a half at this.
No, we started at 5:30.
Yes,
and it's now 10 minutes till 7.
Yeah, we about to get off. Okay,
yeah,
so
it's an hour and a half.
But that's because you had technical difficulties in the beginning, Joy, and we waited.
Yeah.
So ABC
Whoopi.
News, they suspended Whoopi. That's in the news if y'all want to look that up. She said the Holocaust was not about race. I'm not going to get into that, but
anyway. I'm
really confused about that. I'm really confused about that because one of the things I remember learning in school was that the Holocaust, although they were definitely after the Jewish community, I know that Anne Frank was in a house of Dutch, that it was also Dutch people, and it was another group, and I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't just Jewish people. And Jewish people are the only group of people that now not only consider themselves a religion, but a race.
And Whoopi's Jewish.
So, Joy,
she's a
then
black
you
Jew, right?
Huh?
Is Whoopi not a black Jew? She's Jewish.
I had always heard that.
She converted just like Mauricio did.
Yeah, I had always heard that.
But I thought the Holocaust was more about money, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Oh no, it was about exterminating. I don't think necessarily it was about money. It was exterminating a group of people a superior complex. It was definitely it was a racist element to it. I just don't think that was the only element, but it was definitely a racist because if you were Jewish, you weren't going to walk away from the situation. Correct. Correct. But I think one of the issues, some of the bigger issues that the way that Whoopi is looking at it, not to say that I'm trying to give her an excuse, but I think that there is, the best way I can say it is just to say it like this. And this is my opinion. This only reflects me and not chatter up. I'm just want to say that. But Jewish people have to tell you that they're Jewish. They look like regular old white folks.
I got you.
So they have to do something or say something to let you know that they're Jewish. Yeah. Because most of the Jewish people that were killed in the Holocaust look no different than Hitler himself. Yeah. Physical appearance. To us, they look like white people.
I think it's their last names kind of give it away.
Yes. But a lot of them here in this country, like I don't even want to say his last name out loud. They cut their last name. Yeah. To the point, all the time. Like they could come over here to this country and their last name was
Goldstein.
Who?
Goldstein or something.
Goldberg, yeah. Usually that one's Goldberg isn't one that they would cut. It was something like Chastisha or something, and they'll say just Chase.
Race money. Yeah,
they cut their last names. A lot of that happened in the United States. So if you have conversations with people and you ask them what's their last name, oh, that's a different last name. Yeah. It used to be such, and then they'll tell you.
But Jackie,
so do y'all think that Whoopi will? Y'all think Whoopi's gonna come back?
I'm sure she will. She should.
She probably will, but I don't know if she would stay. Like she has a contract, but do you think she'll renew her contract?
This is the killer. You're right. Yes, Miss Haven. This is what ticks me off. You can't say nothing about Jewish people. And it not be a consequence, but you can N-word and cuss out and point ching and China virus and all of these things things and nothing happens. But if you say something about Jewish people, especially if you black.
Yeah.
Let me say that again.
And Whoopi's Jewish, I'm thinking.
Especially if you black.
The Jews run Hollywood. So maybe somebody at ABC who's over it is Jewish and they got offended and she's on suspension. Because I feel like some of the stuff that some of them other women say on the
ABC is owned by Disney. Disney definitely
he's
is.
not Jewish. Yeah. But I'm saying somebody in the upper.
Yeah, in the manager.
Yeah.
That's definitely possible.
Yeah. But I don't know. But I know that some of the stuff they say on The View, I'm surprised all of them ain't been suspended. So
I was shocked too. I was shocked to hear that she was, I guess not really shocked. What shocked me about it is that I don't recall Meghan McCain ever being suspended. Right. And we all know the kind of conversations that we were able to hear with Meghan. So to me, if you are confused about it a little bit, Joy, then there's probably other people out there that are as confused about it. So
I used to watch The View every day.
I'm glad that they brought up. I'm glad that it's a conversation.
Yeah.
Now, so that
people can learn about
you can't say nothing about that.
That's crazy.
But
and black people
won't come back.
To me, that's like consequence.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna come back. I really
white people don't get consequences for saying things about Jewish people. It's black people. The last time this was a big thing, it was when Nick Cannon did something similar.
Oh yeah, he got in trouble. He almost lost wilding out. They tried to take his show from him.
They actually did take his show from him.
Okay, they tried to.
But no, they wouldn't come back. He did it really smart. His people refused to come back without him.
They feel like the Holocaust was greater than slavery. I ain't gonna say.
Look, first of all, to compare the atrocities is almost sick in the head. They were both atrocities, but to sit up here and say that one was worse than the other, while one was over, I don't even want to go there.
Yeah, I'm not going.
It's just to sit up there. To me, that's a sick mind. To sit up there and compare atrocities. They were both horrendous acts against humanity. Human beings, because they didn't like how they looked, what their religion or whatever, or they felt like they were better than
the Jewish people had like a lot of money and I don't know, but their cases, it's just sad. I feel bad for Whoopi. I think she has a contract and she probably will come back. I don't know, but she doesn't have to. She don't need that money.
I was just gonna say, Whoopi don't need this job. I think it's something that she enjoys doing, but it's not even fun right now. When Biden is in office, it's not even fun.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
Yeah, it's not even fun.
She said she really was in a financial strain when she took the job, so she really did need it back then. But she's on how many years now? It's been such a long time now. She may not need it now. I just really don't see her coming back.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't need it.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see what happens.
I don't know what the contract is, though. Can you lose? But it doesn't matter. She don't care. Black folks need to stop being Captain Save for non-melanated folks. We take everybody in. We take everybody in, honey.
And forgive everybody.
They all can come to the cookout. But the potatoes and the raisins and the potato salad and everything, they get to come.
We just go throw it in the trash can. Bring sodas. Always bring soda. It's safe. Right.
Yeah.
Sodas. And if you real good, if you get like some red and grape and strawberry, we gonna love you. That's safe.
Not red, grape, and orange. Red, purple, and orange. It ain't even the flavors. Red, purple,
red, grape, right, orange.
So was this comment on Monday's The View?
I don't know when she said it.
Yeah, I think it was Monday. It was Monday.
Okay, because I wonder how Joy responded at the time. I'm gonna go back and watch it. I haven't seen it.
Jim, she was arguing with Joy.
What? Is Joy Jewish? Her husband is, I know.
Yeah, her husband is.
Her husband's Jewish. Oh, Lord.
Jim Crow Joe is just as bad as Trump.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Is he gonna be? Is he a liar? That's possible. Because if he don't fix the student loan situation that's pending over my head.
Oh yes, girl. Do you have your PCF out or whatever? PSLF. I think I sent that to you. The waiver, because teachers get it. I work in local government, so people in local government
Teachers
get it.
no, teachers get it after you've paid 10 years.
Yeah, after 10 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, your student loans are
And
wiped away.
it's only like it's $22.50, $22,500, $22,000.
Yeah.
Like you want to wipe away a generation to give a generation a boost. They should Collins and Camilla Harris both had plans to wipe away up to $50,000 a person's student loans. That would be generational. Huh?
They need to do that.
That would be a generation. And what's my girl? Not Collins. I got a plan for that. What's her name? I said Collins.
Joe practices covert bigotry.
She ran for president. She just didn't win. White lady.
Hillary Clinton?
No, she didn't win the nomination.
Oh yeah.
I got a plan for that. Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
How did Barack take care of your student loans? Okay, we're supposed to be getting off here, but I need to know this.
Well, there are some things that the teachers was one of them. The teachers things, that was under Barack's plan. If you went to a school that closed, like here we had like Vatterott College and a couple other colleges that just upped and disappeared, your loans are forgiven. He did that.
Oh wow.
He made it income based. So remember he said he campaigned on that. He said that his mortgage was less than he and Michelle's student loan payment. He said it should be based off income. So there are things that you could do that he did. There are things that he did within his administration. He did do that. And it's a lot of little things around student loans that were positive, but
misbehaving is on it.
It should not be a situation where a person has to spend $50,000 to get a teaching certification.
And I mean, that's crazy.
And that's how much it costs. Like, even if you went to community college and you didn't even get any loans for 2 years, like me, I didn't go to community college, but the first 2 years was completely paid for in cash. But when I had to transfer to, not when I had to transfer, but when I transferred from Alabama A&M to a school here, I got loans. And then I went to graduate school. So I got crazy loans.
Yeah. But you got to work 10 years. And that's for local government. I'm in some group, and some of these people loans are like $100,000. I'm like, what the hell y'all go to school for?
I know a lot of people whose loans is like that.
So
I know people, they're the teachers, and you ask them, they're like, I'm at $70,000 for a teacher. Teachers don't even make that a year.
Right.
Which teacher don't even make $70,000. But it took $70,000 to be able to teach because we don't have generational wealth. So my father,
interest rates too are
exactly.
Yeah. So what's Joe's plan? I know he's about to go. But
that would be a plan. You could take a whole generation and make them. If you wiped away student loans, you know what that would do. And look, ain't nobody paid a student loan in this country for over a year and a half. They okay.
They okay.
They okay.
Man, well, y'all need to let me know. As a nurse, I didn't qualify for stimulus checks, but I'm on the front line, and you can't wait. I didn't either. I didn't qualify for stimulus checks, and I'd be mad at people that.
But nurses, not to say that. Look, here is the difference between nurses and teachers. I can work 10-hour, 12-hour days and never get more than my salary.
Because
if a nurse takes to decide, shoot, I need to make some extra money, you can take on the shift. Now, a teacher can go to another job, but you're not going to be making that kind of money. Nurses have the ability to make crazy money. So, teachers don't.
So nurses don't qualify for the student loan forgiveness?
No, they don't. They
Wow.
don't.
Well, I work in local government, and local government people do. It's local
Yeah.
government, teachers,
Mm-hmm.
any kind of public service work.
Yeah, I was just public service.
Oh, so I thought that some nurses could, if they worked at certain different hospitals. If you worked at a
Oh, now it depends on how your contract, because I know doctors, that's how
Okay.
they get their loans forgiven. They'll go work in a hood hospital for a year or two to wipe away their loans.
Oh.
Because I can remember there was a hospital here. It closed. It was one of the best hood hospitals ever. But it was because they got all them young doctors. Like, all people would come across the world to come to this hospital because they have to pay their student loans. And they had to do a contract for 2 or 3 years.
I think y'all should got a stimulus check and loan forgiveness.
That's because y'all make too much money.
It's because you make
too much money. But guess what, misbehaving? Almost every teacher I know got a stimulus check. That's how little money we make.
If I would have got a stimulus check, I would have gave it. I didn't need it. I was still able to work, and my check was bigger than the stimulus check. So I was like, I don't care if people working, getting this stuff, but I feel like you should get loan forgiveness. Now, the stimulus check, if you make them out, but I think everybody should get loan forgiveness.
Look, Elizabeth Warren's plan isn't for specific people. Elizabeth Warren's plan is for everybody to get up to $50,000.
Well, the hospital. So Denise said the hospital sometimes pays for your. See if the hospital will pay for your loan. Mm-hmm. Well, did y'all not get us to pay?
Yeah, and we do too. Teachers don't get it too. And we sitting in front of 30 sickly children that don't want to, who mamas keep sending them to school sick.
Right. Now that is, I'm sorry, but yeah.
And we got to sit in a room with them for 6.5 hours. I don't have the option to go out in the hall or whatever. I have to literally sit in a room with them.
Man.
And look, I'm not comparing. I'm just saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm a die when I go into work, although I treat it like I could possibly. So I get that, and I'm not trying to say that my job is more dangerous than being a nurse, and I'm being condescending. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, at least you're being compensated. I'm not being compensated. Like, no matter what I do, I can only make so much money at my job.
Yeah, I get it.
But I get what you're saying. Hold up. They got my niece sick and called and told me I need to get her checked because he was positive.
The teacher was positive.
Oh, the teacher was okay.
That can happen too, y'all.
It happens.
I
mean, I got COVID, and I didn't know I had COVID.
Not saying that the nurses shouldn't get paid. I don't think.
No. You should get paid. You should absolutely get paid. I'm just saying, so should teachers.
Yes.
I ain't knocking you. I'm saying, so should teachers.
Yeah.
Like, I know people who've been teachers for 10 years still making $40-some thousand a year.
Crazy.
My daughter graduates college, in May. She will probably come out making more money than I make. And I have been a teacher for 25 school years.
That is crazy.
Come on.
That's not
Joy,
right.
are you guys not being paid for virtual teaching?
No.
Are you serious?
It's nothing extra. Nothing extra.
Okay, so okay.
I mean, we still getting a
paycheck. Your loan
paycheck.
should be forgiven, and I think you should get hazardous pay. I don't think you should get a stimulus check because you don't need the stimulus. You still getting paid, and you getting the money. Some of these people weren't.
Oh, I'm not arguing that.
But I do think you should have got hazardous pay.
I think that anybody work at a hospital, especially if you work in a poor area, you should get. I mean, it's no different. I don't understand why the doctors get their loans forgiven for working in a facility for 3 years, and a nurse couldn't get the same thing.
And nurses do way more than the doctor. Anybody on the front line, and I feel like you should get your loans forgiven. Who we need to write? Tell me who to write.
Elizabeth
I'm
Warren been talking about it, so she's on board. It's really Biden. Biden don't want to do it because that should be something that should be bipartisan. Because his
Well, we need the
Build
right
Back Better
Biden.
plan look like it's falling apart. All the good stuff is gone from the Build Back those checks that everybody was getting for children. That ain't gonna happen.
Oh yeah, that's done.
It was
My
something
friend, she
else.
got $750 a month.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine getting that much a month to pay your rent?
Getting that money. I don't qualify. I've never qualified for anything. Even when I did make a lot, I never was able to qualify for a lot of stuff. I don't know why. Oh, Rihanna's pregnant. Congratulations. Hopefully your baby's beautiful.
Who is ASAP Rocky? I'm trying to figure out something.
People love him. I don't think he's that cute, but
I think his skin is so pretty and clear and smooth looking. I mean,
can do
that's
that
gonna be a
picture
pretty
right
little
now
baby.
with my stuff.
Really Build Back white communities. Did y'all see that bridge? Biden went
Oh
somewhere.
my gosh, yes.
I can't remember what state he went to. It wasn't Michigan. But it was somewhere and on his way a bridge fell apart.
Collapsed.
What?
Yes,
and it was the state he was going to push the Build Back Better plan.
Yes.
And the reality is it's a lot of roads that's just bad and that should be built. I don't know if it's Build Back White America. Is it more than like the highways and the overpasses and that sort of thing? I think that just should happen. I don't think that is about white people more so than the jobs of the people that would receive them. Because one of the things that the Black Caucus was trying when they did their plan, and they were talking about they wanted a certain percentage of people to be people of color.
Yeah,
that was one of the things that they were pushing for the bill. I don't even know if it got in, to be honest.
Well, even where I work, if we contract stuff out, they want us to make sure that we try to get a certain percentage of minority people. Yeah,
it's 709.
The views expressed by me are not condoned. Hold on. The views expressed by me are not condoned
or shared by Chatter Up. That's what I say. I was like, look, sometimes I just have to give my own opinion. I'm with you, girl.
Misbehaving is the bomb.
I haven't allowed these people to bring
have a show about this stuff that y'all, because I don't know some of this. I want to have a show about this student loan stuff, who we need to write. And all
we definitely do, because he's the person we need to push though, because Camilla ran on that. She actually ran on the 50,000, and so did Elizabeth Warren.
So we need to talk to all of them, because honey, we need our money. Kamala Jordan does papers on you at school about you being vice president and the people of color stuff. So we ain't gonna write papers about you no more if you don't do right by her mamas. Okay. Yeah. And what else? The last thing I have, and I already said, was the reason I'm showing it again is because Denise asked what it was for. So their podcast is voted an NAAC Image Award nominee. They haven't even been on a year. They're very shocked, but
they had over 1 million downloads
in like 3 months. That's how popular their podcast. It's a great podcast.
And for those people, they don't talk about the show. They can't. They're contractually not allowed to, disallowed to. So it's really just about them, and they're funny together. They have great chemistry. They are so good. And Charlemagne has the Black Effect. I didn't know that was his. I agree, Georgia. She said it's the Republicans. We need to make sure we vote. You're right. A lot of times people don't vote in the midterms because they want to take back the House and the Senate. If they do that, then
we're in trouble.
Biden might as well go in and go down in the basement and take a nap, because he won't be able to do nothing for the next 2 years. You're right, Georgia. Oh, and to prevent Trump from ever getting back in. Girl, he is crazy as a road lizard. Did y'all know that this? Okay, we gotta go. But do y'all know, if y'all ever watched the show Scandal, the second and the third season was surrounded around the fact that they had manipulated and stole the voting machine in some little town in Illinois. I can't think of the name of it, but I passed through it and I always think about Scandal. Trump literally signed an executive order. he actually had the document drafted. He just didn't sign it.
What?
But he drafted an executive order to remove the voting machines in Georgia, in Philadelphia, in Atlanta, and somewhere else.
What?
This was Fulton County, where Black people were.
That's where it was.
And I know Philadelphia, Fulton County, like that was some scandal stuff.
That's
if y'all watch Scandal, that was a Trump guy.
It's handled, honey.
His name was Hollis. If y'all remember,
it was.
Hollis. Like he was the Trump guy. He was a part of the conspiracy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was like crazy. And you know, I heard that one of the reasons why they ended the show is because she was supposed to make Hollis win, and they stole the election again.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Trump actually won. So she couldn't do that season. That's why the last season is so weird.
What?
And we know that Olivia Pope was based off of a real person in Washington who used to work for George Bush, who really was a Black lady who was a fixer.
Yeah, but I don't think she slept with George Bush. She didn't sleep with him, but yeah.
She didn't. She said she was not in love with him. Yeah, she did not sleep with him. Yeah, she was on Oprah talking about that because a friend of mine, somebody I know, just started binge watching Scandal.
That was good.
It is so good. I love it.
What was the gay man's name? I can't think of his name, but I love him.
Oh, I can't remember. He was so good.
So dirty, but
I don't think he was gay though.
No, on the show.
In real life.
On the show.
No, not in
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know how good he was. Like you believed he was gay.
And Columbus Short was so good on there too.
He was
so good. I hated when he, got in that little trouble and had to leave because he was really good. I mean, they just were a good group of people to be in the show together. It was real good.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I would have loved to see another season or two
of Scandal. I love
Scandal.
I tried to get away with murder too. I don't know if anybody else
I did not. I did.
I never watched that.
And then it got weird on me. When, at least you wake up and you with a woman. I'm like, what happened?
Right. Honey, was she? Honey, when
I was like, what's going on here?
I love how to get away with murder. It was really good. Let's see. Any more comments before we go? Then Papa Poe played on Duke.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's great on that. He's up for an award too. People who voting. He's up for whatever on the NAACP for that.
From My Kind of People.
Our Kind of People, yeah.
Yeah.
He's up
is it Our Kind of People?
Yeah.
They're saying that show might not get canceled, by the way. They're saying that although the people aren't watching it on TV, they streaming it crazy.
Yeah, it's good.
So they've been streaming. They got more streams. Huh?
Does Hulu count when I stream it on there? That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what he means. Yeah. Okay. And it was a person that worked on the show that said that the streams were better than what's being done on TV. So that means put together, it just means it's in a bad slot, is what he said. I was like, oh, okay. I never thought about that. So they really do count the streams.
When you stream it like on Hulu and stuff, there's no commercials. You can fast forward and pause. Like I wait for all stuff on Hulu.
And you can watch it free on the ABC app.
Oh, can you?
Okay. It's free.
I watch it on Hulu. I watch everything on Hulu.
And I want to say the new episode pops on like the next day, maybe.
Yeah, it does on Hulu. At 2 a.m. I'm not up, but it's when it comes on.
It's free on the.
And all of the Power shows are on Hulu too for people who watch Power. All of them on now. Even the Sons 1, 2, and 3, and 5, whatever. I don't watch them.
I've never watched Power. I couldn't get into it.
Girl, you tripping. You always tripping.
On Hulu if you have Hulu.
I didn't like, the only one I didn't like was Kane. I did not like Raising Kane.
I didn't watch
I tried to watch a couple of episodes, but I don't like BMF that much. I'm watching it.
That's on Hulu too. That's 50 Cent. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's 50 Cent.
And Tommy is next, his show.
Yeah, it starts Sunday. The finale. Mm-hmm. The finale of Ghost Book is this week, and right afterward is Tommy's show.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be able to do Tommy's show.
I love Tommy.
Because I like Tommy next to Ghost. I don't think I'm gonna like him out of him. But I'm gonna watch an episode or two. If it don't catch my interest, then I gotta go, y'all.
Me too. Be good.
Y'all talk too much.
Oh, let me do our social media. You the one talking. I'm just listening. Social media. Follow us. All right. We'll be back next Wednesday, hopefully 5:30. Thanks for chattering up with us. Peace them out. All right. See y'all next Wednesday.
Peace out.
All right.
Cattle, meat pot. Yeah. I'm talking about